Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jai Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradari Jai Yasodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yasodanandana Braja Jamuna Tira Vanachari 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 Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Jai Om Vishnu Mat Brahmamsa Parivrajikacharya Sutra Sata Sri Srimati Dana Goswami Abhay Charanarinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Grandarat Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Nidai Gopramanande. All glories to the assembled devotees. Jai Shri Shri Guru Gauranga Jai Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Krishna. Sunday morning today. Happy Sunday. 1 week again has flown by and is lost to everybody except for those who have listened about Krishna. We are reading Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 8, Chapter 3, Gajendra's Prayers of Surrender, verse 28. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Namo Namastubhyam Asahya Vega. Namo Namastubhyam Asahya Vega. Shakti Traya Yakila Dhigunaya. Shakti Traya Shakti Traya Yakila Dhigunaya. Prapanna Palaya Duranta Shaktaye. Prapanna Palaya Duranta Shaktaye. Kadindriyana manavapya vartmane. Kadindriyana manavapya. Kadindriyana manavapya vartmane. Kadindriyana manavapya vartmane. Namo namastu vyamasahya vega. Shakti trayaya kiladi gunaya. Prapanna palaya duranta shaktaye. Kadindriyana manavapya vartmane. Shakti Trayaya Kiladi Gunaya. Prapanna Palaya Duranta Shaktaye. Nindriyana Manavapya Vartmane. Namo Namastubhyam Vedam. Shakti Trayaya Kiladi Gunaya. Prapanna Palaya Duranta Shaktaye. Adhiguyana Manavapya Vartmane. Ladies, please. Namo Namastu Vyamasahya Vegam. Shakti Trayaya Kiladi Gunaya. Prapanna Palaya Duranta Shaktaye. Namo. I offer my respectful obeisances. Nama. Again, I offer my respectful obeisances. Tubhyam, unto you, Asahya, formidable, Vega, forces, Shakti Trayaya, unto the Supreme Person who has threefold potencies. Akila, of the universe. Dhi, for the intelligence. Gunaya, who appears as the sense objects. Prapanna Palaya, unto the Supreme who gives shelter to the surrendered. Duranta Shaktaye, who possesses energies very difficult to overcome. Kat Indriyanam, by persons unable to control their senses. Anavapya, who is unattainable. Vartmane, on the path. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada. So this is Gajendra the elephant. My Lord, you are the controller of formidable strength in three kinds of energy. You appear as the reservoir of all sense pleasure and the protector of the surrendered souls. You possess unlimited energy, but you are unapproachable by those who are unable to control their senses. I offer my respectful obeisances unto you again and again. Purport. Attachment, greed, and lust are three formidable forces that prevent one from concentrating upon the lotus feet of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. These forces act because the Supreme Lord does not like to be realized. He does not like to be realized by non-devotees and atheists. However, when one surrenders unto the lotus feet of the Lord, these impediments are withdrawn, and one can realize the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Therefore, the Lord is the protector of the surrendered soul. One cannot become a devotee until one surrenders unto the Lord's lotus feet. Then the Lord gives one the intelligence from within, by which one can return home back to Godhead. Namo namastubhyam asahya vega shakti trayaya khiladi gunaya prapannapalaya duranta shaktaye kadindriyana manavapya vartmane. My Lord, you are the controller of formidable strength in three kinds of energy. You appear as the reservoir of all sense pleasure and the protector of the surrendered souls. You possess unlimited energy, but you are unapproachable by those who are unable to control their senses. I offer my respectful obeisances unto you again and again. Om Agyanatimirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaham Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubheva Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Shri Chaitanya Padamboja Madhupebhyo Namo Namah Katanchita Shayadesham Shapitad Gandha Bhag Bhavet Sanchritamrita. My respectful obeisances again and again unto all the devotees of Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu who are like honeybees drinking honey from the lotus of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's feet, because even a dog taking shelter of the bee-like devotees will get a share of that honey. Yasya prasadadagipi sadhya sarvagyatam rajetsa Shri Chaitanya Devame Bhagavan Samprasitatum. May Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, be merciful unto me. By His grace, a complete fool can get all knowledge in one moment. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasati Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. There are innumerable obstacles in life, any life. There is no life that has no obstacles. You can see that animal life is full of obstacles. Today in the morning, going out of the temple room, I saw a bird flying out from this staircase to the kitchen. It's probably hungry, and then even though they are very courageous, they are not scared to come to your plate. Some weeks ago, one was so hungry that this bird ate from my hand. If you eat outside, they sometimes come and they say, pshh, 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 give food. But usually they are a little afraid. But a few weeks ago, I said, if you want to eat from the hand. If you eat from the hand, you can eat. So one bird ate from the hand. The rest, probably it was very hungry. the rest were afraid to eat from the hand. Well, that one, they maybe, but they ate also when maybe they were eating rice. I was offering rice, so when I threw the rice, they ate. But this one, only one, was eating from the hand. So why? Because they are afraid. Why are they afraid? Because they are eaten by the cats and by other birds, bigger birds. They are attacked. So there are obstacles everywhere. So then we are tired of fighting for survival in this material world. Difficult, heavy fight for survival. Just recently, what was it? BBC or something offered suggested a very short video, the deadliest animal. So the deadliest animal was a very cute cat, very beautiful cat. So 60% of this cat's travels out in the night, end up with the cat catching birds. So it's the most effective hunter. So the cat catches the birds. This is also something I've witnessed in the temple. Sometimes we put some grains for the birds, and then the cats realize, there is birds here, so they wait nearby, and then they jump and catch the birds and eat them. So the birds eat prasadam, and then the cats eat the birds. Hare Krishna. So heavy struggle for survival. So sometimes we are tired of this struggle for survival, and we decide, okay, let's become devotees. Let's become devotees and not struggle for material survival, not struggle for material success. Let's stop catching poor prey, stop eating birds. Let's become devotees. And if we become devotees, we read in the Mahabharata, as soon as you become a vegetarian, millions and billions of animals give you blessings, saying, blessings unto you, thank you, you will not eat us, no danger from you. Thank you, thank you. So, we are a good person, we are not eating animals. So, can we expect that we will have just smooth sailing all the way to Krishna? Smooth sailing, everything nice, peaceful and beautiful, yeah? My Sankirtan leader was complaining. He says, they told me, Kevala Ananda Kanda. There is Jnana Kanda, Karma Kanda. This is heavy mental exertion or heavy work. But here it's Kevala Ananda Kanda. Here just a bliss. And I came, and what do? They give me a big backpack with books and say, go out and distribute books. And it's heavy. I work hard. So where is Kevala? They have duped me. Tricked me. They have tricked me. They told me bliss only, and then they engaged me in heavy work. He was joking, of course, but not completely. There was a hidden complaint in it. He also said he doesn't want to go to, he has doubts about going to Vrindavan. He prefers to go to Dwaraka, because they are sailing nice yachts, for sure. He liked sailing yachts. So that's there, yes. But it's not a happy, smooth sailing all the way to Dwaraka, or to Goloka, or even to Vaikuntha. So here, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says, we have a description about 3 obstacles, and what to do to overcome the obstacles. So the 3 obstacles. The 3 obstacles are the 3 gunas, or the 3 obstacles Prabhupada mentions: attachment, greed, and lust. So usually we hear about Tri Dwaram Narakasyadam, about 3 gates to hell. So greed and lust are famous gates to hell, instead of attachment, we usually have anger as the gate to hell. So in the verse they are called asahya vega. Asahya can be translated in different ways. Vega is urge or force, and asahya, Prabhupada translates formidable. Formidable means a very strong, powerful, and scary enemy. A very big and powerful enemy. Formidable. But the literal translation of this word asahya, we have sahishnuna, tolerance. And asahya means intolerable. Intolerable. It's very strong. It's very strong. But Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says that in this verse we hear about a way to overcome the obstacles. What is the way to overcome the obstacles? So how does this verse offer us, what does this verse suggest as the method to overcome all these obstacles? Take shelter. Yes, take shelter. Surrender. Surrender. So we cannot, Prabhupada writes in an interesting way that Krishna doesn't like to be realized by non-devotees. He doesn't like to be realized by non-devotees and atheists. Doesn't like. Sometimes he even may reveal himself to some extent, but they do not want to accept. Like Duryodhana, Krishna revealed some huge form to Duryodhana, and Duryodhana thought this is just a trick. Whereas one devotee said, his father said that even, that's from the statistically most atheistic country in Europe. No, Slovenia is not so bad. No, also no. Actually, it's Czechia. Yeah, strangely enough, yes. Well, there's a combination of several factors. One is the heavy communist pressure, and the other, the natural, reaction to life in the form of cynicism. And they react to life with cynicism. They've been on the one empire, then on the other empire, so they have some of that black humor. So he said to his son who became a devotee, he said, even if your Krishna comes here right now in person, in front of me, I will not believe. I will think that maybe some factory has blown up nearby and this is some gas released in the atmosphere and I'm hallucinating. I will not believe. I will not accept. Even if he comes personally here. So, what can you do? How can you help such a person? What do you do? So, Prabhupada writes, Krishna doesn't like to be realized by non-devotees and atheists. In fact, they are very, very much against Krishna coming to them in any form. Krishna does come to everybody. Everything around us is a miracle. Everything around us is amazing. Yeah, the sun is such a beautiful lamp, giving heat to the whole universe. And then you put a little seed in the dirt. It's just a little teeny piece of life in dirt, and then the seed converts dirt into a tasty peach, or mango, or apricot, whichever you prefer, or an aromatic rose. So it's dirt, but because there is a touch of life, it converts this dirt into something beautiful and amazing. If you bring this cup of dirt to any institute and say, can you make one peach from this? Or mango, or a rose, one rose, or at least the aroma of the rose. They cannot do. And one cell is like a whole city. by complexity and also beauty. And what was it yesterday I read? That the DNA, if we take the DNA in one body and unfold it into one string, it will be 80 billion kilometers. 80 billion kilometers. It's like 300 times to the sun and back, if by the astronomical measure. And the amount of information packed will will inspire any computer enthusiast, because in just if you take by weight, it's just this much matter, and it holds something like 15 terabytes of information, or 15 million terabytes. I have to check. So a lot of we don't have that such big and such good hard disks in our computers as the information stored in our bodies. So everything around us is a miracle. One devotee from the Muslim background was quoting Muhammad. So somebody asked Muhammad, so you are saying we should have faith in God, in your Allah. So can you show some miracle so we can have more faith? And he said, you faithless rascals. If you wanted to believe in Allah, there is nothing that is not a miracle. Just look around, open your eyes. What is not a miracle? Everything is a miracle. Yeah, just these leaves, it's a miracle. Just everything is a miracle. What is not a miracle? And if you have no faith, then there's nothing that is a miracle for you. So you are faithless rascals. You're asking for a miracle. Open your eyes. A blade of grass is a miracle. Everything is a miracle. So it is not just by seeing miracles or being shown miracles, as we had, I forgot which year it was, 98 or 90 something. We had all the deities around the world drinking milk. You remember? Which year was it? 98? Also in our temples. I think in Bombay, Lokanath Maharaj, he heard, oh my God, everybody's, usually Ganesh was drinking miracle, but I have a video how Gopal is drinking miracle. A little brass Gopal, and they give a spoon of milk, and I think he drinks 2 or 3 spoons of milk. I can show you. I mean, there's plenty of videos from that. So Lokanath Maharaj, he took Gopal, I think, and he drank also. So all around the world, Gopal, Ganesh, all the deities were drinking milk. And people were coming, and it was, like complete miracle. There was no milk on the floor, there was no milk in the dress, it was gone. And who became a devotee? Those who were devotees, they stayed devotees. Those who were not devotees, they did not become devotees. They said, funny. That's it. So you can see, it was almost like Srila Prabhupada's special style to preach without obvious miracles. He wanted to attract people not on the basis of sentiment, not on the basis of miracles, which, today you see miracle here, and tomorrow you see a miracle there, and you run away to see some other miracle, just because you want some sentimental high, basically. So it's not steady. No, Prabhupada was preaching heavy Bhagavatam Vedanta philosophy. When he sees the Boston skyline, he says, what can I do? How will I attract them? And then he says, okay, Shinvatam Sakata Krishna Punya Shavana Kirtana Hridantasto Hebadrani Vidunoti Suhritsatam. By hearing Srimad Bhagavatam, all the dirty things are cleansed away. And Bhagavatam, he quotes these Bhagavatam shlokas, Bhagavatam verses, and Tadara Jastamo Bhava. By Bhagavatam, passion and ignorance will be cleansed away. Which doesn't sound quite like the first thing that an ordinary person would think. He would think, they have impressive things, I should impress them. Prabhupada says, no, Bhagavatam, heavy. And you can see that in all his lectures, you are not the body, there is God, there is earth, fire, water, And sometimes you see people are, having trouble keeping their eyes open. And some of them are stoned, actually. No, Prabhupada doesn't stop. He says, yeah, you're not the body. There's God, you rascal, surrender. And what is the result? 55 years, we are still here. We are still here. And it's going on. And when I joined, there was some statistics that we had 5,000, that was 5,000 initiated in Prabhupada's times. But yeah, still in the temples there was like 5,000 to 10,000 devotees. Now there are millions. You just open Amarendra Prabhu's lecture. Just recently, Lalit Govinda Prabhu introduced me to one very nice devotee giving lectures. So he has something like 200 subscribers on YouTube and millions of views. Devotees. So there are hundreds of thousands of people who regularly listen to Srimad Bhagavatam. Even today I was listening some non-devotee book and it mentioned Radhanath Maharaja's Journey Home as the best book that the person liked. Autobiography of an American Swami, Hare Krishna, Radhanath Swami. So, was it based on some cheap miracles, some flashy things to impress people? No, it was based on solid philosophy. Solid philosophy, which helps to choose Krishna based on knowledge, intelligence. So Prabhupada says here that one cannot become a devotee until one surrenders unto the Lord's lotus feet. So surrender is the entry point in bhakti. Surrender. Surrender is like the staircase, Bhaktivinoda Thakur says. This is like a staircase to enter the temple of bhakti. And it's connected with knowledge and with faith. So surrender, knowledge and faith, these three are very much interconnected. If you have knowledge, you can surrender. If you surrender, you can have knowledge. If you have knowledge, you have faith. Our faith is not just I believe, I have to believe. It's knowing about something that may be a little further behind the horizon. We know. It's just that maybe our personal experience is not reaching that far. So by this surrender, we can become fixed on the path. But it doesn't mean it's going to be smooth sailing. So, Jai Shri Panchatattva ki jai, Gaurnitai ki jai. It's a new background. I don't remember this background. Yeah, because it's the new temple also. No cranes near the temple. Okay, it's already built. So doesn't mean there is going to be smooth sailing until bhava. There will be some struggle. So the first minimal unit of ecstasy, of a true ecstasy of the soul, is bhava or rati, and it's one unit of prema. So bhava is one smallest unit of ecstasy composing prema. And bhava is the success of sadhana. And sadhana continues all the way until bhava, ecstatic love for Krishna. So therefore, we have this famous prayer, Kala kalir balina indriya vairi varga shi bhakti margaya kantaka koti rudha ha ha kvayami vikala kimaham karomi kripam budir kimaham karomi yadinadya kripam karosi. What will I do? O Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, it is Chaitanya Chandra yadinadya kripam karoshi. This is the age of Kali. Now is the age of Kali, quarrel. And the senses are extremely powerful. And Sri Bhakti Marga, the beautiful path of bhakti, is covered by tens of millions of thorns. Hare Krishna. At least there is a path. So ha means alas, alas. Where shall I go? What will I do? And how will I be able to overcome my disturbance unless you give your mercy today? Hare Krishna. Unless you give your mercy today. So this is a famous prayer from Chaitanya Chandramrita, from Srila Prabodhananda Saraswati Pad. So you can see a devotee turns to Krishna, surrendering to Krishna, and even better to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, just like Gajendra. He doesn't have a million thorns. He has one crocodile on his leg, chewing his leg. But he says, I offer my respectful obeisances again and again. There are horrible obstacles, but you are Prapannapala. Prapannapala. You are the protector of those who surrender, Prapanna, who surrender to you. Accept you as the protector, accept you as the shelter. So this is the solution, to turn to Krishna. So whatever happens, we can use it as the impetus to turn to Krishna. If it's something good, we can say, Krishna, thank you. If it's something unpleasant, we can say, oh, Krishna, only you are my shelter. And you can see the whole Bhagavatam is showing this on many examples. The whole first canto basically is composed of different devotees in trouble. I mean, majority of the Bhagavatam shows how different devotees may get into trouble, but then they surrender to Krishna. And here, then Krishna comes and saves Gajendra. Saves Gajendra, and Gajendra is not just saved from the crocodile hanging on his foot, but he's saved from attachments, from greed, from lust, from anger, from all the coverings of the material world, and he recovers his eternal relationships with Krishna. So, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu makes it even easier. You can sing and dance. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So yesterday on Harinam you could see so many people spontaneously join, sing, dance, say Krishna Krishna. So that's the extremely merciful gift and present of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So, taking the instructions of Srila Prabhupada, Srimad Bhagavatam, taking blessings of the elephant here, we can convert trouble into blessings. We have this quote that if you are in trouble, in great trouble, and then you say Krishna Govinda Madhusudana, then your trouble becomes your treasure. It becomes something very valuable. So Gajendra is showing how to do this. If you add the holy names to the trouble, then bad things become good things. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. And good things become even better things. Hare Krishna. Comments, questions, points?
Hare Krishna, thank you for an inspiring lecture. Could I please ask if we become frustrated or even angry when we are at troubles, at hard times, how can we overcome this anartha? So how to not become angry at hard times?
You see that in this verse from Prabodhananda Saraswati Pad, he says, Vikala, what will I do in such a disturbed condition? Where will I go? So therefore he says, O Chaitanya Chandra, moon-like Lord Chaitanya, please give your mercy, show your mercy today. Also Aboriginal Prabhu was asked this question, what to do if we are angry? He says, well, you can bring even your anger to Krishna. So whatever emotion you have, you can bring it to turn to Krishna. Use it to surrender more to Krishna. You have to understand that the obstacles are not manifestation of Krishna's bad will. He doesn't try to make you suffer. The obstacles are just the byproduct of our illusion. So therefore, the obstacles help us to grow. And getting out of illusion means surrendering to Krishna, or reconnecting with Krishna. And if we reconnect with Krishna, then that's okay. Then this being disturbed again has turned into something positive. So the bad thing has become something better.
There you go. And Avaduta Roy Prabhu has a few questions. So Vishwanath says there are two types of Gyanis. The first speak of Vivarta Vada, the second about Parinama Vada. What is the difference of Parinama Vada and Shakti Parinama Vada?
Difference between Parinama Vada and Shakti Parinama Vada. Okay, so Parinama Vada is used in, as far as I know, Nimbarka Sampradaya, and it means transformation. It's the theory of transformation. And the problem there is that the absolute is supposed to be unchangeable. Akshara means unchangeable. Absolute is supposed to be unchangeable, something that's really reliable. Krishna must be very reliable, means he never changes. So when you just use Parinama, then it means that he's changing. The example given is the snake. Sometimes it's straight, sometimes the snake is coiled. But Shakti Parinama means Krishna is unchangeable. We have Goloka and we have Krishna who is always playing on the flute and always smiling. But his energies are changing. So there is one particle, one little corner of his energies, which is covered by Maya, that's the material world, but he himself, so here we have a little corner for the weird dudes like some of us to experiment with our ideas of how to live. Then once we are fed up with our experiments, we can go back to the normal world. So Krishna is not changing, and his spiritual world is also eternally unchangeable. So that's the difference between Shakti Parinamavat and Parinamavat, as far as I heard. Okay.
And then there is another question from the Srimad Bhagavatam 11:20-26 commentary. If a devotee becomes too morose or discouraged in devotional service because of his accidental fall down, he may drift into an impersonal consciousness or give up his devotional service. Question. Why drifting to impersonal consciousness? Is that possible at all? Is there any example of that?
So, if a devotee becomes too morose on fall down, he may drift to may lean to impersonalism. So, This is also mentioned by Bhaktivinoda Thakur in his Bhakti-yoga. That will usually be possible if somebody already practiced some impersonal in some impersonal school, and then if in bhakti the person is discouraged, either because of some fall down or because of some setbacks or obstacles or whatever, then he may think, oh, I'm chanting and or whatever, I'm doing some service and still I have some obstacles, so it's not working. It's not working. So if this is not working, what else is there? There is this impersonal jnana, maybe I should try again, live in the forest or do some impersonal meditation, have zero interaction with people. Of course it doesn't work, but sometimes it happens. We have some examples of some devotees turning to some impersonal practices, at least for some time. I know one, at least he was practicing, then he had some trouble, then he became a Buddhist, then he became a drug addict, then he became again a devotee. So he went the
natural sequence.
yes, he went the full loop, came back to so better just stay the course. That's why Krishna says, Tato bhajeta mam prita. He says, Jata shada matkata su nirveda. Krishna says, if you have faith, maybe this is the same verse, let me see. Yeah, it's 11, 20, 20, yeah, it's the same, yes, it's the same sequence. Nirvinna sarvakamas, karmas. It says, if one has awakened faith in my glories, is disgusted with the material activities, he knows that all sense gratification leads to misery, but is still unable to renounce all sense enjoyment, my devotee should remain happy and worship me with great faith and conviction. So you can see Krishna himself in the Uddhava Gita says, Tato bhajeta mam prita, remain happy and continue worshipping. And then a devotee will ultimately be helped by Krishna. So in other words, sometimes too much moroseness is also a kind of sense gratification and self-centeredness. So Krishna himself suggests, do not be so self-centered, do not be so egotistic, just be focused on worshipping Krishna. Happily, Krishna says, worship me happily. It's the austerity of the mind, be satisfied. Being happy is a very austere exercise. But what to do? You have to follow Krishna. It's the first prescription of yoga, one of the niyamas, santosha. You must be happy, you must be satisfied. So whether you like it or not, it's the rule. You must be satisfied in serving Krishna and continue serving Krishna. Okay? Any comments? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai.